You ever walk onto a plane and, in the first 10 seconds, just know in your bones that something's off? Not turbulence, not bad coffee. I mean that slow burn chill in the air, like you just sat down at the wrong poker table and everyone's playing for keeps, but you're the only one who doesn't know the stakes yet. That was me, right there on Skylum Airways Flight 417, badge tucked away, suit pressed, head clear. CEO or not. I'd learned a long time ago you never ignore that feeling, even if the world wants to tell you you're paranoid. You know what I mean? Yeah, that happened. As soon as I stepped into the cabin, it was like the lights dimmed just for me. The lead flight attendant, Kellen Drake, tall, squared shoulders, jaw like he chewed steel for breakfast, didn't even fake a welcome. His eyes flicked from my face to my boarding pass and lingered, like he was looking for a reason to say not today. Instead, all he offered was a half jerk of the chin and a monotone, right side window. No smile, no small talk, just move along. I clocked a younger attendant too, Jory, barely out of college, stiff as a board, eyes darting. He whispered, confirmed, to Kellen as I passed. And you bet I caught it, even if I pretended not to. Business elite smelled of citrus polish and money, low conversations, suits and iPads, the kind of crowd who'd sell you a startup and stab you with a smile. The city was fading purple out the window, the air getting thinner, but my gut kept sounding the alarm. I settled in, calm as I could, but I wasn't there for comfort. I was there for a deal that would change the game. Or Iron Core's expansion into defense-grade cybersecurity, a contract you close only once in a lifetime. But trust me, by the time that seatbelt sign pinged, none of that mattered. From the start, Kellen was working the aisle like he owned the place, pouring drinks, laughing with row one. But when he reached me, he kept walking, didn't even break stride, like I was invisible. I knew that move. You don't survive this long in boardrooms and hostile takeovers without recognizing targeted silence when it walks right up and shakes your hand. So I stayed quiet, tapped a note into my secure tablet. Observation: crew behavior unusual, continue surveillance. That's protocol. Keep your head down, eyes open, let the data come to you. Jory peered at me from the galley, twitchy, then snapped his gaze away. The pilot came on, smooth and calm, and I went through the motions. Fasten, airplane mode, close your eyes, feel the plane shudder down the runway. But the tension didn't ease up, not for a second. At altitude, Kellen came back, his steps slow, like he was counting down. A passenger behind me, old guy in tweed, leaned forward and whispered, "Odd service today, huh?" Not even looking for a reply, just sending a signal. I nodded, never taking my eyes off Kellen. That's when the hook set. This wasn't bad service. It was a message. I checked my watch. Biometric transmitter humming quietly beneath the cuff, one buzz away from a full legal panic button. Not yet. I needed to see the playbook first. That's how you stay alive in hostile territory, whether it's Wall Street or 30,000 feet over nowhere. Soon, a kid a few rows back piped up. "Why isn't that man getting anything?" The dad shushed him, but I heard it. So did Kellen. He finally stared right at me, hard and cold, like he was daring me to say something, make a scene. When it happened, it was surgical. "Place your hands on the armrest, sir." His voice was ice. Jory hovered behind him, anxious, but Kellen's whole body was a wall. I asked, "Excuse me?" He just repeated it louder. People turned. Phones came out, trying to look casual, but everyone was filming. "Federal Directive 431B," Kellen said, waving a laminated card that looked about as official as a discount coupon. "Security protocol." I called it. "That's not real. Take it up with the authorities after landing." He snapped, already reaching for my wrist. Zip ties. Cheap, industrial, meant for crates, not people. He locked my wrist to the armrest. Tight, too tight. And the first pain wasn't even physical. It was the silence in the cabin, the bystander effect settling in, everyone wondering if they should speak up or just pray it wasn't them next. Jory's voice shook. "Maybe we should wait," but Kellen cut him off. "Protocol." Another passenger tried to film. "No recording." Kellen barked. I watched it all, breathing slow, every second building my case. But I wasn't powerless. My legal team got the signal, backup plan initiated, Data pinged to secure servers. I closed my eyes, letting the hum of the engine drown out the cabin, memorizing every face, every voice, every twitch of guilt or complicity. It was never about the zip ties. It was about what I could prove. Meanwhile, somewhere deep in the plane, the flight mechanic Riley had been watching. He saw the exchange, felt the wrongness, and quietly sent a coded alert. Level 3 anomaly, cabin breach. That ping raced through satellites, landed in the hands of my attorney, Evan Core, who dropped everything and called in a favor at the bureau. On the ground, the wheels of justice turned. In the air, all I had to do was survive. Descent started, tension building with every foot dropped. Agents converged on Valenport airstrip, SUVs black and silent. Kellen's hands were sweating now, his authority slipping. Passengers finally saw through the act. As the wheels hit tarmac, the cabin was a pressure cooker ready to blow. Door opened, federal agents rushed in, badges out. Kellen Drake, Agent Red called, "Step forward. You're under arrest." Kellen froze. The fake badge clattered to the floor. Jory paled. Didn't even try to RUN.in seconds. My zip ties were cut. Circulation returned in a white-hot wave. Evan knelt beside me, asking if I was all right. I just nodded, eyes never leaving Kellen. "Let's finish what we started." Riley got a nod from me. You did the right thing, kid." And you could see the relief hit him like sunlight. Outside, the news exploded. The real twist? The whole thing was bigger than one angry flight attendant. Files uncovered showed Skylum and their shadow contractors had embedded spyware in their Wi-Fi networks, tracking, logging, and selling data on every passenger, every flight. This wasn't just about racism, intimidation, or one CEO being targeted. This was espionage, corporate warfare, a digital net cast over the entire industry that I stood before cameras, rolled up my sleeve to show the red welts. Evidence not just of my pain, but of a system that thought it could get away with anything. "They tried to disappear me midair," I said, "but I brought the storm to the ground." Data logs, confession tapes, all came out. Stock prices collapsed, internal audits triggered, and a whole army of whistleblowers stepped forward. Blackline Integrity was born, a watchdog movement to protect every flyer, every digital trace, every voice. Even as they tried to scare us, planted bugs in my car, drones outside my window, I didn't blink. If I took their settlement, I'd let them buy silence. I said no. Instead, we drafted new laws, the Flight Data Protection Act, and I told Congress straight. They took my flight, turned it into a battlefield. Now I'll turn this story into law. It passed in record time because the world was watching and for once, refusing to look away. A year later, I don't need the spotlight. I mentor, I advocate, I teach the next Riley not to keep quiet when things go wrong. They put my name on a terminal lounge, display my zip ties in a case, call me a hero. But the only legacy I care about is a sky where no one else is silenced, at 30,000 feet or anywhere else. Some days, a kid will ask, "Are you the man from the plane?" And I'll kneel down, hand him a card. Blackline Integrity, protecting the sky. Now I help keep it safe for people like you. You want to know the real twist? The people who tried to shut me up, they're the ones whose names are vanishing now, washed away by the truth, by every whistleblower, every law passed, every person who refuses to sit down and take it. They tied my hands, but not my mind. And I promise, no matter how loud they get, I'll always be louder. If you stand for justice, for dignity, for making sure no one gets silenced again, drop a comment below, share your view. What would you have done? What do you think is right? And yeah, hit subscribe. Together, we rise, because power only listens to those who refuse to stay silent.